Welcome to 2025 and welcome to the new 2025 version of my Shiny Minds show. I am Dr. Shiny Wuju Insal. Yes, I am proud to announce myself as Dr. Shiny right now after more than a decade of work, study, research, and clarity. I am now Dr. Shiny. I positioned myself as the doctor of enlightenment because that is my pursuit in life, to become the light for myself and for you, for everyone that I interact and communicate with. And that's why I studied metaphysics, the metaphysical science, and the metaphysical psychology of consciousness. And today, I am going to break down the name of my show, the title of my YouTube channel, The Shiny Mind Show. I realized for all of these years, for the past 4 years, where I have been sharing my tips, my ideas, and my scientific practical tools with you, I didn't really talk about the title of my show, my channel, and didn't explain. And so today we're going to do that. I am going to talk to you about what shiny means, what minds means, what show means. We're going to break it down, all of those words. And this way, you can get to know me a little bit. And then you can also find yourself in my words if they resonate with you. Okay. And obviously, my ultimate goal from today's episode is to reconnect with you, to co-create this relationship with you, to have a beautiful alignment with you, my beautiful shiny mind who is listening to me right now. So let's go. I'm going to start with why this is a show. Because obviously it could be anything, right? Why am I naming my podcast, my YouTube show as a show? Well, first of all, show means more than the word show to me. The show means it's our life. To me, life is a game. Life is our game, our human game. And we are here to play our games as individuals. And then I believe it is also something that I researched and wrote in my PhD paper, that we are the universe. We really are. The universe is experiencing itself through us, through our senses, through our decisions, language, behaviors, actions, commitments, emotions, frequencies, and vibrations. That's how we are a part of the big picture. We are part of the universe. We are one with it. We were never separate from it. I even wrote it in my first book. If you read my book, it's called You Are a Star, Shine. And then the subtitle is Become a Galactic Leader in 5 Steps. Yes, I do have my own shiny language. Obviously, I say galactic. What it means is we are more than this Earth, this planet Earth. We have our galactic nature because we come from the galaxies. We exploded from a giant nebula. We are stardust. That's what I wrote in my very first book a decade ago in 2015. And then I still have the same belief and same knowing in my core. And that's why I made sure to do my research on it and then wrote my paper around it. We are the universe experiencing itself. And when the universe is experiencing itself through us, it becomes a show. The universe wants to experience itself. The universe wants to know itself. And we are the components of that show. When you play your game according to your karma, your dharma, what you are born with, what is in your DNA, you are actually not only becoming a, an artist who is playing the game, but you are also becoming the producer of that artist, the the director of the movie, the copywriter, the screenwriter, the costume designer. You become everything. And that's why it's a show. It's something visible, right? So in this reality, in this tangible, visible reality, it is a show. We assess everything and process everything by seeing, feeling, hearing, touching, and smelling and tasting. So it is a show. And to me, when I say Shiny Minds show, I'm referring to the fact that we are creating a show. You are creating your show. Your life is your show. What if you look at it from this perspective? What if you ask yourself, if I was given to write a show, to write a show about my life, what my life is going to be about, what would you write about? What would you want your show be about? And how would you play it? How does it end? And then what happens in between? What are the challenges that you would face, and then how would you overcome them? What kind of skills would you need to learn? What kind of mindset principles would you need to adopt and instill in yourself as a being? Because it's your show. You are the writer, you are the creator, you're the designer, you're the player. So you're all of it. And then that's why it's a show. I guess I made my point. Right? So that's why when I say Shiny Minds show, it goes way deeper than just the show. My whole life philosophy is actually embedded in it. I believe it is our time. It's life is our showtime. Okay. So it's your showtime. It's your time to shine. And as you know, show must go on. So we covered that one. So let's talk about why minds. I'm going to come to shiny at the very end because that is the juiciest part. Why minds? Why do I care about the word like mind? And why is it plural? Why is it not only mind, but it is minds? So obviously, the mind is the greatest power, the greatest asset, the greatest potential that we have together with the heart and obviously the soul and everything. It just, everything starts in the mind, okay? And at least what I believe, what I feel in my core, everything begins in the mind. And the fact that we are all blocked and prisoned by the limitations of the mind, the 3D mind, which is limited in the matrix. So we have unconscious blocks. We have these mental processes that I have been teaching since 2011 as a licensed trainer of neuro-linguistic programming. I came to realize that the mind is super powerful and beyond any limits. And still, we can only tap into the power of the mind when we are able to step outside of the limitations of the mind, which is the matrix. Yes, I'm using that terminology for a reason because the matrix is real. The ones and zeros, if you look at life, if you look at your game, your show as a binary ones or zeros, this or that, black or white, good or bad, me and you, then you are dividing it. Then there is division. Then there is no oneness. But the idea is we are one. We all exploded from the same giant universe. Okay. So we exploded from the same giant thing. And we are the universe. And so it just doesn't make sense to limit ourselves with the black or whites or good or bads and beautiful and ugly. It doesn't make sense. It is only the limitation of the matrix. It is only the limitation of the mind when we are present in the matrix. So when we are able to liberate, that's the word, liberate from the limitations of this 3D mind, this matrix mind, then we are going to step into the real power of the quantum mind. And that quantum mind is a cosmic mind, and then it just creates magic and miracles in the quantum field. So yes, we're going to talk a lot about quantum field as well, because it is one of my topics, one of my areas that I go in my trainings. And if you don't know, I do my neuro-shine technology, communication, leadership, development, and coaching certification training programs online. And this is where I combine 10 powerful disciplines like neuro-linguistic programming, like neuroscience, like heart science, like quantum physics and metaphysics, and yes, way more than that, cosmology and emotional intelligence and positive psychology. So 10 powerful disciplines. And then I explore the mind. I'm obsessed about it. I am passionate about it. I love it because I know we are more than the limited mind. I know we are way more, way bigger, and way giant beyond measure. We are limiting ourselves. Listen, sign me up. I'm with you. I am on my path to my own enlightenment, and that's what we're going to talk about now, why I named myself Shiny. But when we come back to the concept of the mind, because I believe everything begins in the mind. Your success begins in your mind and lives in your heart. And because everything begins in your mind, I want us to start there. Start with the mind. When you have the right mindset, you can do anything, right? You know that. You know that about yourself. If you observe yourself enough times, in enough duration, you will know that it is your mindset. Everything is mindset. And that's why it's the show of the mind. And when the mind actually then aligns with the heart, when the curious mind aligns coherently with the grateful heart, then something magical happens that I call the neuro-shine moment of truth. And in those neuro-shine moments of truth, we then remember who we are. We wake up, we awaken, we ascend, we elevate, we remember who we really are. And it all begins in the mind. And if we are all elevated, shiny minds, all powerful minds operating at the cosmic universal powerful level, then we are going to make this world a better place. So that's why I am owning the word mind, minds. All right. So let's talk about shiny. We talked about the show, we talked about the minds, and now let's talk about shiny. Oh, actually, before we go to shiny, I also want to clarify why minds, but not mind. Well, if it is a shiny mind show, then it is just one person. But we are not alone. We are all together in this game, in this show. It's all of us. It's all of us rising up to our true potential, to our enlightened level, to our cosmic power within. So that's why it's all of us. In my ideal world, I want to live in a world where all the minds, all the curious minds and grateful hearts come together to create a better world. And that's why it's it's our game, you and I. Okay? So that's why it's plural. And why shiny? Let's talk about it. And this is the most delicious part because obviously I am somebody audacious enough to go get myself a name shiny. And a lot of people think that it is a nickname. It is not. For those of you who are wondering if it is really possible for someone coming from all the way from Istanbul, Turkey, to name herself Shiny legally, yeah, I've done that. So it is not a nickname. It is all the way to my passport, my legal name. And the reason I chose this name for myself is because I want to be shiny. I I want to be the shiny object I never want to avoid. I want to be the light for myself and for you, for others. I want to be the universal cosmic love, light, and joy and abundance that I know within me. I want to be the shiny light that lights up the room, that lights up the planet, that lights up the universe. I want to become that. And that's why it represents enlightenment. And because this is my life's work, and because I have also experienced something truly profound in my life that actually showed me the opposite of being shiny, the opposite of a shiny mind, the dark mind. I've also experienced that. And then I will talk more about it in my upcoming episodes. And that is also why I audaciously chose this name for myself. And I anchored it into my subatomic particles. That's the language that I always use also in my trainings. And that's how it feels. Like I'm shiny. And when you call me shiny with my name, you know what happens? I reprogram my mind. I had my dark parts. I still have my shadows. You still have your shadows. We still have the parts of us that we don't completely accept. We don't want to because it hurts. We all have those parts that are kind of, painful. I get it. I'm right there with you. I have done years and years of work, and I still am in my journey, and I will always be until I die, even after I die, most probably. So this is the game, this is the show, and we want to be the shining light in our life. We want to be the light because if you take some other light to guide you, yes, you can learn from others, and then you can actually ask some other people, role models, examples that you want to become. And there is a fine line between asking people for their advice, for their opinions, for their recommendations, and being programmed and overpowered by what they think and what they say, which is what I call an OPO, other people's opinions. And when you're all about OPOs, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to be your true self. And you want to be your true self. You want to have your alignment with your truth, especially in this new year. This is 2025. This is another level. This is the new you. You want to be the new you, don't you? You want to be the evolved version of you, don't you? You want to experience the ultimate version of you, the most remarkable, the most extraordinary version of you, don't you? So then be very, very careful about OPOs, because most of us are still in the matrix mind. Okay? When they're in the matrix mind, I call that, I have a terminology for it. I call it the potato head. when you're in the potato head doesn't know how to think with 100% full responsibility. Potato head is a mind that blames and shames and finds excuses and then criticizes and then judges other people and then wants to give opinions and advices and like boxes people in situations. No, that's so 2024. And that is so matrix way. We don't want to live our lives in that way. We want to live our lives in the new reality, in the new quantum world, in the new cosmic galactic alignment and enlightenment. And that is what I am all about. That's why I call it a shiny mind. A shiny mind is an enlightened mind, at least on its way to enlightenment, on its way to ascension and elevation and revelation. And this is who I want to be. And that's why I created my neuro-shine technology, which represents the neuro-shine. The neurons, your neurons, they have to experience their own enlightenment. They need to find their own truth, their own light. Give your neurons the light that they need with my neuro-shine technology, if you want to check out later on. And that's my life purpose. And that's why the title of my YouTube show is called The Shiny Minds Show. That's why this podcast is called The Shiny Minds Show. The enlightenment, the awakening, the new era, the 2025 cosmic galactic way of living our life and being the universe experiencing itself through us and really creating and manifesting magic of who we really are. That is what I'm all about. And that's what I want to represent in this lifetime. That's the legacy that I want to leave behind. And that is what I want to talk about and then teach. This is my life's work. It's the Shiny Mind Show, and it is our show. It is our lifetime. It is our being. So I hope you enjoyed my definition of the shiny minds. This is Dr. Shiny, and I want to tell you, you are here because there is this cosmic shining part of you that wants to shine, that wants to experience itself, that wants to let it out, that wants to maximize its own potential. That's why you're here. And thank you for being here. I look forward to getting to know you and creating this delicious relationship, this partnership with you in 2025 and beyond. And I would love to leave you with my coaching questions, two of them. One, what dims your light? What are the things that you need to stop doing in 2025? What are the people that you want to set boundaries with because they're dimming your light. And then that's the last thing you want. And then the second coaching question I want to ask you is, what makes you shine? What makes your light shine? What makes your heart sing? What makes you giggle like a little girl and just like jump with excitement and enthusiasm? What makes you shine? What is really true in your heart? That is what I want you to think about as you leave my episode. So, beautiful, fabulous, and glorious, shiny mind. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in my next episode. Shiny one, shiny one,